Hi guys, Peter Satira here. Want to talk to you as we enter our third year of CDC. Going to give you an update from the business side of things, just from a big picture, kind of letting you know where things stand with us at the company and how it affects you and what our plans are and where things really stand at the moment. I know I've been talking about doing these quarterly and have just kind of gotten behind the eight ball and not been able to do it with all the other things going on. But I do think it's important to reconnect with you guys as tour card holders, as stakeholders in the company, of where things stand periodically, and this seems as good a time as any to do that. So let's go through kind of three big areas of what makes the CDC the CDC. We have basically an event operations team. We have a production operations team, and we have the business operations that kind of support the event operations and production operations. So you know that there are four of us who are partners in this company. Myself, Anthony Eugenia, who is our Chief Operating Officer, and David Irete, who is our Chief Marketing and Production Officer, and Jeff Good, who handles all of our floor events, event operations from that perspective, our floor manager, our floor director. So all four of us are involved in the company financially as principals. We also have supporting staff that I think all of you have run across. We are forever dedicated or forever thankful to Aaron Quinn, Greg Tong, who's also a Dart Connect partner, and John Ronholm. I know you've seen him on the production side. And just people that have come in and out periodically, Tobin Bush, etc., who may be helping us on the staff side. We can't do what we do without those people as well, and I want to make sure that I get a chance to acknowledge them personally for the sacrifice that they're making to make us the best we can be, because Lord knows we're not paying a living wage to them at the moment to be part of it, and certainly we do have expenses on their behalf, but they are right now putting in their efforts for the love of the game and for the future, just I think as the four of us are, and a lot of you as well. So let's kind of begin by talking about the event side of things. As you know, we're in our third year, which is awesome. It doesn't get any better than 3 years of professional darts in North America. And I want to thank each and every one of you who's made that happen for us. Without you guys, there really is no product. You're the tour card holders. You're the people who are putting the product out there for us. You are critical to our success. And so I want to thank each and every one of you, especially those of you who have managed to be at every event or nearly every event that we've put on over the past 3 years. You guys are really our core business and our core supporters. And without you, there is no company. So thank you. I want you to hear me say that from all of us at CDC. Thank you for your support. Let's talk a little bit about the tour card holders. So one of the challenges we're facing, and I don't think it's a secret, is that we have yet to fill up 48 spots from tour card holders. We've been through 2 full years plus 1 weekend, and we have yet to have 48 card holders register into one event. Now, nobody understands that life gets in the way more than me. Obviously, this is the office that I'm recording this in is not the CDC headquarters. I wish it were, but probably most of you know that I'm involved in a number of other things. I'm director of mortgage education for Real Estate Institute, which is my full-time gig. That's where I am right now. I also do originate some mortgage loans, etc., and I have my hand in some other Dart businesses as well. So there's a lot of things that I'm involved with. Likewise, all of our other partners. As you know, probably David Irete is a producer for Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. That he's a director. He spends a lot of time on set and a lot of time doing remote shoots. A lot of his time is taken up with that. Anthony Eugenia has a full-time job and a family that takes away from his darts, as well as putting on DPNY. And Jeff Good is involved in a lot of real estate and kind of back and forth between the U.S. and Costa Rica. And so all of us are putting our time in other than just at CDC. So why did I bring that up? Because I want you to understand that I understand that time can get in the way and things can happen. That said, we have 64 tour card holders, 63 actually, 63 tour card holders this year. There's no reason that we can't get 48 of you, I don't believe, at each event. It doesn't have to be the same 48. That's the whole reason we have more tour card holders than we do spots available, because we know that people aren't going to register, and people are going to have to pass. Their families are going to get in the way. Things are going to happen, their jobs, etc. So I do want to underscore the fact that I understand that. However, we need to be able to fill up. If we can't fill up 48 tour card holders at one of our events or all of our events this year, that puts us really behind the 8 ball. We've candidly invested a lot of time, but more than that, a lot of our own personal money into the event. That's not your problem. I get that. We're doing that to pursue a passion and make something happen. But we do have an expectation that our tour card holders will join us to support the efforts that we're putting in. I think that when you talk to us one-on-one, any of us, that you hear the passion that we have for this game. It comes out of our very being, right? You can hear it in this message. We're not doing this because we want to make a quick buck and leave. We're doing this because it's a passion to see the game improve to what it is globally here in North America. Guys, I can't stress enough, we need your support as tour card holders. Please do your best to make it to the remainder of the events. I understand, again, things are going to come up, but we need to have 48 of you at each and every event. Every tour card holder that we have under 48 hits us in an expense that we are not anticipating. It's not in the budget to not have 48 people, and our budget is very thin, as you might imagine. So please do support. We need that from you to be able to keep this going. From the quality of darts is unequaled. We don't have anything like CDC elsewhere in North America. You can see it in the averages. You can see it on Dart Connect. If you want proof, go back and look at the leaderboards for the past events. And this year we have a tour leaderboard. And so you can see how people are progressing at every event. The quality of play is there. It's not what you might see in the top 5 to 8 to 12 PDC players, but it can get there. The bottom line is the people throwing 90 averages, that's going to get you to compete with most of the PDC professionals outside the top 10 to 12. And certainly we'd love for people to develop into that, but the darts are going where we want them to be. It's starting to be where we want it to be. And I got to give a real big thank you to Anthony Eugenia for his darts brilliance. The man just is amazing. And understands more about the workings of this game than anyone I've ever met. And without him, we wouldn't have the events we have. So shout out to Anthony for everything he does. Last thing about the dart side, the CDC Youth Tour kicks off in Niagara Falls. We have the PDC qualifier for the Canadian spot in the World Championships, PDC World Youth Championships. I've heard a lot of people on social media lately complaining that it's not in Canada. I get that. Trust me. Ideally, we would put it in Canada. There's a lot of reasons that it isn't this year, and not the least of which is the PDC is now going to be in Las Vegas instead of in Kingston, Ontario, and it really didn't set up well for staffing or timing or travel to be able to hold that event in Canada. I want you to hear that we are committed to bringing that qualifier back across the border next year, as long as the PDC continues to partner with us. So we have heard, and trust me, we understand that it's not the ideal situation. That said, it's really close to the border. There's a lot of youth players in that area that should be coming out to support and try to qualify for the PDC event, the PDC youth event. The CDC Youth Tour, of course, is open and is open also for anyone from the ages of 8 to 21. So while the PDC goes up from 16 to 24, the CDC goes from 8 to 21. And so we'd love to see you guys come out and play in the CDC events. We've got to find the next generation of talent. If we don't, we're going to set ourselves back again decades, because the core of this country, where it is right now, is getting older. We all see that, and we've got to bring the youth in. And that's what we're trying to do with the youth events. So, PDC Canadian qualifier May 20th, PDC US qualifier in Miamisburg on June 24th. Last thing I'll mention is we're really excited to partner with the Junior Darts Corporation, the JDC, Steve Brown's organization over in England, that is putting on a JDC World Championship. JDC information will be going out. We are going to give 2 JDC spots, 1 each to the top performer on our youth tour in the United States and Canada. So there'll be 1 guaranteed from each country. And we're also going to do 2 spots, open qualifier at the last event in Philadelphia. So you'll see more information from that, but I'm really excited to announce that we're developing the youth and we have that ability to send people overseas. For those of you who are not youth, we're also working on a chance to send our CDC champion of this year, possibly champion top 4, we don't know yet, over to Australia for an exhibition tour starting in January of next year, January of 2018, which is a great time to be in Australia. And we want to thank Rob Denny, our partner for our board member advisory board. He runs Dart Players Australia. I want to thank him for making that available to us as well. That's the event operations side. The production operations. Year 2 of the tour, we were getting our feet wet with streaming. We tested things, some worked, some didn't. We did a lot of tweaking. There was a lot of behind the scenes angst that I don't think you were privy to, and nor should you have been. It's not something that needs to be seen, but I want you to know that there was a lot of really kind of developing what the product was going to look like. We think that we did a really good job in year 2 getting to the point where we had a stream that we're comfortable with and we're confident. The Continental Cup Finals proved that. I think that was probably the most professional stream that you've seen in North America in a long time in terms of having a production crew on site, our staff members, the commentators, the guest commentators. A lot of thought and a lot of effort went into producing that, and we're really happy with the results. Hope you are too, because you guys are the ones who are showcased in that. But this year, I think you saw this with the Miamisburg setup, not Miamisburg, excuse me, the Huntsville setup. We've really got our best quality yet. We've brought somebody else on, Kevin Malenfant, who I think you may have met. Kevin is helping us on the production crew. Kevin and David Irete are working hand in hand to do the best possible stream that we can do. We've gotten more camera angles, we've gotten better camera placement, the stage looks better than it ever has, and we're really excited about that. And all the thanks in the world go out to David and Kevin and Bones, John Ronholm, to be able to put that together for us. That said, we have reached, I believe, the upper quality that we can produce with the budget we have. In other words, putting more time and more money into the product is only going to get us so far. We're at the point of diminishing returns on that. I think that we could certainly do a lot more with it in terms of commentary, etc., audio editing, video editing, but with the budget we don't have. And so that's kind of a common theme. We've got to prioritize what we're doing to be able to survive as a company, but also to be able to put out what a product will be that sponsors will be interested in. I think we have that. And I think that I hope you'll also agree with me on that. So we're really focused hard now on getting sponsorship on these streams. So we're very proud of what we delivered to this point, and we want to, again, continue to deliver a quality product to be able to increase the public awareness of our game across the country. On the business operation side, and this I'll conclude with, a couple of things. First of all, it's no secret, guys, that we're not in a place financially that we hoped we'd be. I think that happens to a lot of new businesses. It's no secret that most businesses fail within the first 3 years. We're here in year 3 and we have no plans to fail. I know that a lot of people have been talking about the CDC's demise. Let me say that rumors of our death have been greatly exaggerated. We are not planning on going anywhere anytime soon. That said, again, we have all committed, all of the principals, a good amount of money, tens of thousands of dollars of our private capital into this endeavor. And so we've got to find a way now to monetize it. That's the challenge. And so to take steps towards that, number one, we're bringing on a new revenue stream with merchandise. You're going to start seeing CDC merchandise out there that will be distributed through partners. We may have some on site as well, but we're planning on offering CDC t-shirts, CDC jerseys, other things like towels that you saw last year will come out. Things that I think that people would want at a price point they can afford, that'll give them a way to showcase their fandom of the CDC, not break the bank, and also help us with the new revenue stream. So we're working on that. Secondly, I want to talk a little bit about the United Darts Alliance, the UDA. I think you've probably seen that we talked the announcement that we've come out with the United Darts Alliance, which is a partnership between CDC, Dart Connect, 9Dart Out / Player Product, and the ADA, American Darters Association. This is something that I personally put a lot of effort into planning for. It's something that now we need to nurture. The whole point of putting this alliance together is to be able to help all of our companies be able to take advantage of economies of scale, to make things less expensive for us, essential services like web development, etc., less expensive, and also help us unify our marketing efforts. It's in its infancy right now, but I'm confident that with enough TLC that can grow into something that really is going to be a difference maker in darts as we go forward. I want to thank our partners Greg Tong and David Maher at Dart Connect. Without them, CDC is nowhere near what it is today. They've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it, and certainly I think we're starting to see that pay dividends for us, and hopefully it will for them as well. Also want to thank Carl Remick, who has come on board as the ADA, and Gloria Remick as well, the American Darters Association. We are hoping that we'll have a way to get top ADA players into the CDC in years to come. So that's one of the ways we'll be working together. We're exploring others as well, but certainly it is the largest unified dart league in the United States, and we'd like to be able to make that partnership stronger as we go through time. So you will see, hopefully, a lot more about the UDA, the United Darts Alliance, coming up towards the second half of this year. Sponsorship. From a sponsorship effort, it's no secret we brought Cosmo Darts back. Thanks to Nozomi Nishikawa for trusting us since year one, and all the people at Cosmo Darts for being a great partner. If you can support them, please do. They are really wonderful for us, and without them, we would not be here today. We've also, as I said, brought on a youth tour sponsor, Puma Darts, and the Puma Shot Young Guns brand. They will be joining us as youth tour sponsors, and we have some others in discussion. Make no mistake that we are not where we need to be sponsorship-wise. We're going to be doing a lot of focus later the second half of this year, after this coming weekend in Niagara Falls. We're going to focus a lot on trying to sell sponsorship ads and screen placement on our streams. Our streams are being viewed very well. Our Facebook and social media presence has been, the numbers have exploded. We had over 75,000 people engaged with our stream and our social media promotion over the last week and a half. There were 75,000 impressions, and we actually had over 15,000 people that actually actively did something, whether it be like a post or spend time on a post or comment. They actually spent their time interacting with our brand, and that's crucial. Those are great numbers, and right now I'd suspect that they are all in the darts community, but we know that we're getting to the point where we can bring this product out to the masses. The distribution channel for that is a challenge. It's something we have to work on, but again, it all comes down to money. And so I'm going to kind of go full circle back into what I said about 15 minutes ago. Tour card holders, we want to get away from the point where you guys are supporting the tour. That's not what anybody wants going forward. But we definitely need to make sure that we have the revenue stream that we have planned so that we can bring in more revenue streams. Eventually, guys, we need to bring on staff to really be able to get where we want to get. We have a critical need for a marketing / PR person, part-time. We have a critical need for a person who can coordinate our delivery of equipment and events, materials to the different spots. Right now, that's all being done by us. And candidly, every minute that I spend driving equipment from Chicago to Niagara Falls is a minute that I'm not spending doing other things that are going to generate revenue for me, that I can then put back into the company or for the company in general. And so we really need our principals to be able to drive revenue to the company. To be able to do that, we need to have staff. And so we're right now in that conundrum of needing money to bring staff on, yet needing staff to get more money into the company. We're trying to solve that problem. I don't know how exactly we're going to do it, but certainly it's something that we're cognizant of, and I want you to hear it from me that that's something that is a challenge. That it really is a challenge. That we're really kind of bumping up against the top level of what we can do with the four of us plus our staff members. We need to be able to find the revenue to break through and bring on some more help that can then scale. Scaling is important. So. That's really all I have. Just wanted to give you a sense of where we are. Again, it's been 20 minutes. I appreciate you taking your time and effort to watch this. I do look forward to seeing all of you in Miamisburg and Niagara Falls and Philadelphia. And on behalf of my partners, Anthony Eugenia, David Irete, and Jeff Good, we really appreciate the support you've given us, and we look forward to a great finish of this season. Also, final thing, don't forget, please support the PDC event in July. We need as many people there as possible. Our qualifiers, we need to have come from the CDC. We need fans. We need to show the PDC that we can support that here. Please work with Charles at Red Eye Rhino if you need to get tickets. He has the tickets, and we certainly want to make sure that those tickets get into the right hands and people are there and that they're impressed. We need this to succeed. All of us. You, us, Charles, the entire United States and Canada dart community need this event to succeed. So please do what you can to get there and support in any way possible. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.